Welcome to the STARS program, seniors taking active roles in society. And now, here's your host, ANITA FINLEY.
I love baths. I have to tell you, I absolutely love baths. But as one ages, it gets to be a little bit more dangerous. So because I'm in an apartment and I can't put in something so wonderful that I would do it, the Bath Crest has this great walk-in tub. I have to suffer. So I did get grab bars, just at least to help me. But the first time that I get anywhere, I'm going to get absolutely a Bath Crest walk-in tub. And so my great guest today is going to tell us about this, and that's John ANCONA. Hi,
Hello.
John.
Hi, Anita. How are you? It's great to see you again.
Yeah, I'm so glad that you're here to tell us. And I'm really serious. As a matter of fact, what I wanted to do, I don't want to take up, I want you to talk, but what I've been doing is when I go to senior residences, if I can get anywhere near the developer or someone doing it, any of these companies that have 6 and 10 and 20 of them and 100 of them, they shouldn't put in any more showers. They should put in the Bath Crest walk-in tubs.
I agree, and we agree wholeheartedly with that concept. Getting the industry to understand that and to follow suit will be a little more challenging just because they're a little unsure of really what our product is and how well it can benefit not only the customer but the property as well.
So why don't you explain to someone that has no idea what a walk-in tub is?
Okay. Well, on the walk-in tub, and that's just one of the components that we offer. Obviously, we do the acrylic bath remodeling for the whole space. So we can do the shower bases, which are acrylic. We can do a tub liner, which we can cover over the existing tub without having to remove anything. Our walls are acrylic as well, so we can cover right over the top of existing tile if it's in place already. In addition to our hydrotherapy tubs. So, and most of the hydrotherapy tubs are various sizes, so they can be fit to pretty much any space that is there currently. So those are just some of the offerings on how we can, when we come into a customer's home, we'll evaluate what it is that they're looking to accomplish so that we can meet their needs with our product.
Well, let me tell you something that you probably know, but I just found out. You know, when people take hot baths that they can sleep so much better? You know that?
Yes, absolutely.
Do you know why?
It relaxes their system and their mind, and it's very beneficial physically to them.
Okay, I'm going to give you another one.
Okay.
I was with a doctor who specializes in sleep medicine. And I said that to him. And he said, well, you know why? I said, all the things you said. And he said, well, what happens is when you're in a hot bath and you get up and then you get cold, your pineal gland at the top is what produces melatonin.
Okay.
And it gets to work.
Wow, I did not realize
I know that I didn't
That's
either, so that's another thing. You have to look up melatonin and why that
will.
happens. So your company started out, did you start out doing all the tubs, or when did you start with the
Bath Crest
walk-in?
started in 1979, and when Bath Crest started originally, we mostly did the reglazing of tubs and shower units. And, of course, that's a very complicated process which requires proper ventilation. Overall, it doesn't really last a very long time because you're basically just coating over the existing product. That process still occurs today. Bath Crest does not do that from our standpoint, but our product came along the lines of really solving a larger issue for the long term. Because our products are warranted for a lifetime, the acrylic, and we use a cross-linked acrylic, which is a process used in the manufacture of the acrylic, which gives it more durability, and it also allows for a little thicker material than our competitors. So those benefits, as Bath Crest moved into the acrylic aspect of the bath remodeling, is really where shaped to the business that we are today.
And you told me some very exciting news. Why don't you share that with everyone?
Yes, actually just a couple months ago, we became an approved vendor for Home Depot here in the South Florida area. So we actually have 13 stores that we are in as an approved vendor, basically from our territory, which is Martin County down through Miami-Dade. So we have 13 stores that we're an approved vendor in. Of course, any Home Depot can recommend us, but those are the stores that we currently have here in the South Florida
So
area.
do you actually have a display there, John?
We will be. We're working on that now as far as which locations we can set up a display. And being with the Home Depot, of course, their rules and guidelines, we have to work within their store footprint and timelines and such. But, our marketing manager, Jim, as you know, is working with the stores very closely on how we work in collaboration with them. It's an exciting venture for us as well because of just the Home Depot reputation and branding that they have behind them. And then, for us to be in with them is a feather in our cap that we're real proud of.
Well, when you think about it, I want to go back to the seniors.
Sure,
because
certainly.
They really, they want to take a shower. They want to, many of them want to take a bath. My mother wanted to take a bath so badly, but she lived to be in her 90s, and we just said, you can't do it, Mom. You're going to get hurt. And she also lived in a rental apartment.
Okay.
Because when they lived in the home was years ago, and you may not have had these walk-in tubs. How long have walk-in tubs been around?
The hydrotherapy tubs have been around a long time. I can't speak necessarily to when they kind of really came on the market per se.
But I mean, they weren't there 30 years ago. I don't think were they?
Probably
Maybe
not.
in hospitals or certain kind of places, right?
In physical therapy locations
exactly.
and those type places. So now they've been rejuvenated, so to speak, or revamped to work into the home, just with having the hydrotherapy benefits.
When you say hydrotherapy, so let's talk about that. So you get in this bathtub because there's that little door. Well, I think you can verbalize what it's like if someone hasn't really seen one.
Sure. So the hydrotherapy tub comes in a variety of sizes and styles to fit the space that is where we're looking to put it into. In most cases, someone has a tub already, and they want to put in a hydrotherapy tub in that same space. Very likely, we're going to have a model that will fit within their dimensions. If not, then we'll usually build a shelf on the back side or the front side to make up any gap so that they can put their shampoo or something on it as well. But regardless of the size aspect, you enter through a door which has a seal on it, which prevents any water from coming through. Once there's a handle that locks the door closed, you go in and you sit into the seat, which is contoured. Can also be heated. Heated seat is an option. So while you're waiting for the water to fill up, you can be in comfort during that time.
But wait, what you're saying about the water filling up. So are they handles just like in a bathtub?
Similar. They're mounted on top of the ledge where the valve is, that you would just turn the water on and get the temperature for what you're looking for. And as it fills up, then you hit a button. Most of them have the buttons. They're all electronic controlled. So you hit a button on whether you want to have a hydrotherapy, which is a forceful jet, kind of like in a whirlpool. That is one option in the therapy mode. Another is air bubblers, which actually puts like small bubbles into the water, which just kind of fizzes, so to speak. And it does a little different with the circulation on your skin, everywhere that the bubbles are kind of rising. And then there's also other options like chromotherapy, which is color. There's a light.
What does that do?
Chromotherapy has certain colors have a reaction to skin.
Really?
And to your system, correct. And aromatherapy as well. So aromatherapy, as you're sitting in there, and the aroma of certain aspects for health that you're putting in, maybe a mint or peppermint or chamomile or something that would be,
relaxing. It does other things, right?
It's so diverse on where you can take a hydrotherapy tub to your particular needs. There's really a lot of options available. And when we come to the home, we go through that with each of the customers. So they're aware of what's offered, what their needs are, and what we can do to match the two together.
So if someone loves it and you say, okay, you've bought it, how long will it take for them to get it?
Normally 4 to 6 weeks from the time that we've worked with the customer and come back and place the order. We get the materials into our location, check everything in, and then schedule installation. Normally it's 4 to 6 weeks.
Okay, but the actual, when it's all been agreed upon and a workman's in there, how long does it take to do
Oh,
it?
1 day, 2 days at the most. Yeah, I mean, once we're in the home, depending on the scope of work, if we're doing some additional work, we do also tile floors outside the bath space. We can replace vanities and sinks and do those type work as well. So if we're just going in just to do a basic, I'll say, renovation in the bath area itself, you'll be 1 to 2 days.
That's terrific.
Yes.
When you think of it also, I'll put my gerontology hat on, that we know that a lot of older people, sometimes they're incontinent or they just don't see things well. They need to be clean.
Yes.
And
Sure.
they don't get as clean. But if they went into this tub, in the walk-in tub, they're going to get clean.
Yes.
And they're
Sure.
going to be safe.
That's right.
So when they get finished, they I guess hit a button and all the water goes out.
That's correct. And we do have what's called a speedy drain that within 45 seconds, the tub drains out completely. It's a high flow drain that evacuates the water fast. So
Yeah,
you're
my
not
bathtub
having to wait in there.
takes
I know.
a while to go.
So that's also a benefit to the individual that's inside the hydrotherapy tub to not have to be there for a real long time afterwards.
And the other good part about this is that there's no shower curtain to get in the way. You have a bathtub, you have a shower
That's
curtain.
right. That's right.
And I would just tell you, the other day I took a bath, and even though I didn't pull in the shower curtain, my shower curtain bar fell.
Oh, no.
Didn't fall on me, but it was very unhappy.
Oh.
And I had to get someone to come in and put that back up. So I'm just telling you from my own personal
right.
standpoint, I would love a walk-in tub.
Well, we'll come out and work
right.
that for
Well,
you.
that's my problem with my landlord. No, he isn't. He's not going to be happy about that. But
Right.
I would. That's my next goal. Somewhere
Well, that's awesome.
where I go, I've got a goal to get a walk-in tub and call you.
Well, we
It's
hope
my
you do.
turn.
We'll do a good job.
I know
for
you will.
For sure.
And does it only in what colors do they come in?
Well, the walk-in tubs or hydrotherapy tubs come in two basic colors, and it's white and bisque. So the colors are real simple, just so that you can decorate around those. But I did want to say one other thing as far as the hydrotherapy tubs, that many people think that just because you have a hydrotherapy tub that you can't still have a shower, but you can. So you can actually put up a shower rod or glass. We have seen glass also installed on top of the outer edge, so that you can still maintain a shower within that.
So you would stand in the
That's
walk-in
correct.
tub, but let's say you're sitting, and now you want to wash your hair. I know, but they do have. You can sit there and wash your hair because I know you have.
We do. We have the
right.
retractable
Right.
Hose.
But if
there,
you want to stand, you can stand in your tub
That's right.
with a shower head.
That's right.
Oh, that's good
So
news.
you don't lose functionality of a shower
Right.
with our units. So
I think that's very clever. So now, what if someone's very large?
well, again, I mean, there's so many sizes that are available that we would certainly match appropriate to the individual and to the home.
So you've thought of
Certainly.
everything, haven't
Well,
you?
yes, absolutely. We have to.
Okay, well now
This is not a cookie cutter
no,
operation.
it's not. No, and it's really wonderful. So I'm going to tell you another story. You're going to
Sure.
love this. When I moved into this apartment, and it's a nice apartment building, I moved into the apartment. The second day, I'm taking a bath, and my knee didn't do anything unusual. I was sitting there, and my knee hit the side while I'm sitting, and it made a big hole.
Oh, my gosh.
And the water was coming out, and the blood in my leg was coming out. So they, after it was reported and all, they wanted to, because apparently this was fiberglass.
I was going to say.
And
it's
they
fiberglass.
wanted to just patch the fiberglass.
Yeah.
And we said, no way, we need something new. Now, because everyone wouldn't want a walk-in tub, I couldn't have asked him for it, but he had to put in a whole new tub.
That's right.
He did everything. It costs close to $4,000. He had to replace that and the tile above because it had, it was a big mess. That's why you can see, I'm really ready for you.
Well, and in a case like that, we would have done the same thing. We have our acrylic freestanding tubs that in the case where you have a broken tub or a tub that's damaged that we can't put a liner on top of, then we would just take out your existing tub and put in the freestanding acrylic tub. Again, it's a lifetime warranty, and you just really can't can't destroy them. It's a great tub.
Right.
Our tubs are 1/4 inch thick, and they're all preformed bases, so it's all self-leveling. And when we put it in and tie in the drain, you're good to go.
Yeah, you can imagine when they built this place, they must have. My other bathtub has been fine, but what would cause something like that? I didn't do anything but sit there. My knee just hit the
It's
side.
fiberglass, and fiberglass is susceptible over time, especially to cracking and peeling. And
so that's what happened.
It is. It's just through the temperature fluctuations of the hot and the cold over time, and the thinness of the material in comparison to what ours is. I guarantee you wouldn't be able to put a hammer through ours. I mean, if you're inside it, it's
Right.
that strong.
Yeah, I mean, this was a unique thing that happened. This was like unbelievable. We took pictures and all because nobody would have believed this, right? So I've had my little situations with the bathtub and all. Okay, so now
I'll have to get your landlord's name here. Maybe we can work.
Yeah,
something.
right. Well, it's not that. I think
No,
it's the whole condominium. They probably don't want certain things.
Well, and in many cases as well, with homeowners who are just renting in locations, if that's what your situation is. If the owner or the landlord is open to, we can't do that necessarily through you, but through the owner or landlord, we can come in and renovate the bath space for you, and then it's there permanent. For
Yeah.
them
Well,
as well.
I didn't know you at the time. I've been living here, I guess, about maybe 4 years, and I was in a. I didn't, he was handling everything once it happened,
Right.
so it wasn't something that I had a choice of. So when you said a lot of us love to have in my home before we moved here, we had a jacuzzi. So what you're telling me is the hydrotherapy acts as a jacuzzi in a sense, doesn't it?
It does, with the exception of it's a walk-in
Right.
situation instead of having to step over or into like
Right.
a traditional tub.
But
That's
it
correct.
gives you the heat,
The
and
heat,
it gives you the
hydrotherapy, in addition to the other components I mentioned, the aromatherapy, chromotherapy, inline heaters, heated seats. There's so many other options that can come with the hydrotherapy.
We want everybody to know that we did surprise John. Let me just say, John ANCONA, ANCONA, with Bath Crest, and we decided we would put him on Facebook. So he's on
Hi,
Facebook.
Facebook.
Yeah, you'll be on it, Facebook Live. So if can we have kind of a price range of somebody would?
Well, it is custom to the space of what the first thing we like to do is come to the customer's home. If they've seen us somewhere at an event like Boomer EXPO, they see kind of what we do. The real pricing is narrowed down once we're in the customer's home. And the reason we do that is because we can give ranges of pricing all the time, but it's just a number until we really come into the home and say, here's what we can do for you, and here's your choices, your color options, your patterns. We have 9 different printed patterns that we can put onto our acrylic, such as like a Da Vinci marble pattern, a Roman stone. In addition to, absolutely. Our colors are very diverse. So the customer selects, let's say they wanted a subway tile in a Roman stone pattern. That's the combination that we would price out for them. So based on the size of their space and what it is exactly that we're doing, then we give them an exact price at that time.
Well, John, this sounds like a wonderful thing to offer to people. I know you were at the Boomer Expo, and we had more people. Yes. They just couldn't walk by you. They love that.
It's an exciting display that we have as well, and it's it really does get a lot of attention, with what we do, and it's really designed to do that because that's how it's going to look in your home as well.
And so, I've been dwelling on the walk-in tub, but you do a lot of other things. So let's
certainly.
say somebody is just building their home or they're renovating, and they would call you.
They could, absolutely.
That's what I want to do. I want to give some information here. So let's do that. It's easy. It's bathcrest.com.
That's right.
Go to bathcrest.com because you have a great website, and you can see all the things that John has been telling you about. And if you want to make that phone call, what call would they call you at?
Locally, it's 754-999-3030. In addition to that, we do have a showroom that they can come into. It's on 1751 West Copans Road. We're just 1 mile west of 95 on Copans Road on the right-hand side.
That's where I've been.
Yes.
I was there.
There you go.
And you do have a lot of different displays.
We do. We have a display, 2 tub displays, a shower, and a walk-in hydrotherapy tub, in addition to the mowing fixtures, examples that we offer, and grab bars. We can pretty much show everyone really what we do right there in our showroom if they have questions or haven't seen us at an event somewhere.
Yeah, no, you do. Do you do a lot of events?
We do. We do.
People really like to see. It's one thing to look on the web, or it's, but for people to be able to. In fact, I remember once. I don't think I did this last time. I actually went in your bathtub.
Oh, yes.
Yeah, I stepped in it and sat down in it.
You didn't try to put a hole in it, did
No,
you?
I
Okay,
didn't
good.
do that. Right? But I remember getting in there, and you have lovely, lovely people who work with you.
Yes, we do.
And that's really important because people are a little nervous about this. They don't know what it is, and you're so generous and so gentle with them.
And quite honestly, and not just in our industry, but in construction work in general, I think there is that apprehension naturally anyway that who is coming out. Obviously, we're licensed, bonded, and insured, and I can assure you that you do not become an approved vendor with Home Depot without going through a lot of checks, not only in background checks and such, but also in your workmanship and what you say you're going to do and deliver upon it. So we're, again, very proud of that relationship that we're in with them as well, and it just kind of testifies and kind of encompasses for us what we've been striving for the last 4.5 years that we've been here in the South Florida market. So
something you mentioned, and I think we have to caution, there are a lot of, especially it usually winds up with older adults, and they have some problems and they need to bring somebody in to fix them. They really should ask if they're licensed and bonded, shouldn't they?
Absolutely.
Because you don't get that casually. Do you have inspectors that come in and make sure that everything's right?
Well, all of our employees are their own inspectors as well, but certainly we do some job site visits as well. And of course, granted, we're not going to say we're 100% perfect every time, but if there is ever any issue or concern, we're going to be the first ones to make sure we take care of it because that's our reputation on our line.
Right. So it's called Bath Crest, everybody. And if you get your new Boomer Times, which is has just come out, you can go and see their beautiful ad. It shows it's a gorgeous bathroom there, isn't it? Maybe that's from your website. I don't know where it's from, but on page, I think it's page 10, you can see. And let me just give you the phone number. I see the phone numbers here: 754-999-3030, and you'll get a free quote. So if you are even in the mood to do this, maybe you're not even ready, but you think maybe you would be.
That's right.
Call them. They'll come out. They'll check it out. And or you can go over to their showroom, which is at 1751 West Copans Road in Pompano Beach. But you can't get on their website, which is bathcrest.com. So let me ask you this. What about your own home? What do you have in your own home?
I'm.
You know what they say, usually shoemakers
Yes,
don't
I
have
know.
shoes. But
I haven't done that on mine yet, but it is coming.
Okay.
Trust me, it is coming because the last thing I really want to do is continue to scrub the grout in the tile.
So you don't have, there's no grout.
No, and that's the beauty of our acrylic walls.
I love that.
It's a one-piece wall section that goes in each wall. And there's, even though it looks like it has grout lines, there's no grout lines.
Well, we have quite a few people looking looking at you doing this, and you'll be able to get this because
that's awesome.
That's right. You didn't know you were going to be on Facebook Live, right? I have a very big Facebook site,
perfect.
and so it is wonderful because it's funny. Now we do the radio and we put you on YouTube, and that's great because you always have it. You can get on your website. But then I've been looking around, and I found something without bringing cameras in here. I found Facebook Live, which is really great because so many people can, if they're looking, I guess when I come on, anybody that has me, they can say, oh, I'm just going to go and see what's happening. So I have.
We have used that as well at events in the past.
You
and
have.
Yes.
It's really very exciting, isn't it? But you didn't know you were going to get this on the
I
radio,
did not know.
right?
You got
yeah,
me on
I
that
did
one.
get you. Well, you look good. Why not? That's
Well, thank
kind of could be fun. So tell me about children. Are bathtubs different sizes for little kids?
Well, the bathtub itself will still be the same size regardless of the child, but certainly the tub sizes vary based on the space that's available. So most common sizes are 30 inches by 60 inches. That's a more of a common size. But to really narrow it down to any differences, that's when we come into the home and determine really what size works best in their space.
Well, so that's right. That's the whole thing, the space configuration. Where do you put the bathtub compared to where do you put the shelving and your sinks and all, because it's a little inconvenient. Sometimes people hadn't thought where to put that bathtub.
Well, a majority of our customers are really renovation customers. We're not so much in the new construction market. Not that our product is not applicable there. It's just most of what we're doing is really someone has a bathroom that needs to be remodeled, whether it's the outdated tile patterns or they're having trouble with their grout or leaky faucets, and it's just gone on neglected over the years. In some cases as well, it could just be they don't want a tub anymore and they need a shower for access. So we'll take that tub out and put in a freestanding shower base for those circumstances where you need the accessibility.
Well, we're going to say goodbye to you and all the people looking at you, and we thank you so much for doing this with us.
Well, thank you as well for having me. We appreciate it as well for Bath Crest.
Right. Well, thank you, and I hope everybody, if you're interested in all, go to Bath Crest. There are other people who advertise, but I can attest to you that this company, this organization is really first class. So, thank you very much for being with us.
Thank you, Anita. Have a great day.